Russia overnight launched a drone attack on Ukrainian power facilities in two regions on Thursday. According to the national grid operator, the attacks have led to power outage. However, supplies have been restored to most consumers in the northern Chernihiv and Zhytomyr regions. Ukraine energy sector has been hit recently by Moscow's radar. And in fact, this has also made Kiev start large-scale electricity imports from European Union. Romania too has said that it's found Russian drone fragments near the Danube and Ukraine border after overnight Russian attacks against Ukrainian infrastructure on Thursday. NATO said that it saw no sign of an intentional attack on the alliance's territory after Moscow's troops fired 38 long-range drones into Ukraine. Russia, in its counter-offensive against Ukraine recently, has been targeting Ukrainian fuel, arms depots and power grids. The attacks came as Dmitry Peskov, the press secretary of the Russian president, on Thursday said that Russia was open to negotiations with Ukraine, but the country needs to know how ready Ukraine is for negotiations first. Let's connect with Dasha Chernyshova from Moscow for more on these stories. Well, Dasha, what is the Russian military's position on targeting power installations in Ukraine?
Well, traditionally, the Russian authorities have said that attacks against the energy facilities of Ukraine are part of the demilitarization process, because Russia insists it is targeting the military-industrial complex of Ukraine as well as the energy facilities that are all used for the military purposes by Kyiv. At the same time, we have repeatedly heard from the Russian authorities over the course of the past 2 years that attacks against the energy facilities come in response to Ukraine strikes against the Russian border regions, as well as the locations inside the Russian territory. So we're yet to hear for the Russian Ministry of Defense comments on that, but it is largely seen as part of Russia's ongoing special military operation.
Also, Dasha, the European Union's foreign policy chief has blamed Russia for a disinformation campaign. He was speaking at the ASEAN meeting in Laos. Has Russia responded to such accusations in the past as well?
Well, for Moscow, everything that comes from the EU is hostile, because Moscow believes it is very difficult at the moment to convey Russia's position to any of the Western country because of one reason: they are very Russophobic, and everything that comes from Russia does seem to be received with hostility in the West and the European Union as well as in the United States. But at the same time, we also have heard that the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, who is part of those talks in Laos, he has said very clearly that Russia's cooperation with ASEAN is growing, especially in the area of security. Over the past 3 decades, it has only become stronger. And he also has stressed in one of the meetings that he has held with his counterparts from other countries, for instance from China, that these two countries should be jointly counteracting the interference of outside forces into the affairs of the region. So very clearly in Russia there is an understanding that everything that is Russian is received with hostility in the West, but at the same time, Russia's position is valued in the countries of the global South.